Hey small business owners, welcome to Unleashing Video Marketing for Businesses, where we dive deep into the world of video marketing as top experts reveal their secrets and strategies to power up your growth. Ready to elevate your business? Then get set, camera speed, and action. Hey there, friends. Welcome to Unleashing Video Marketing for Businesses, a PowerTale Productions podcast. I'm your host, Frank Battiston, and I'm a filmmaker, a business owner myself in the world of corporate and commercial video production. This has been such a long time due. We're so excited. We want to give you, as a business owner, the tips, strategies, and conversations with experts on how to leverage video marketing the right way to scale. So, no matter if you want to just learn and relax or take notes on what tools you can use to help your own clients succeed, we've got you covered. Now, please don't think that I want to come here like a black magic guru and tell you that one video is going to fix your entire business forever. This is not true. And the majority of people who have ventured into video before can tell you this. One single video cannot fix all of your problems. This is where the majority of businesses that try to use video effectively fail. Instead, it is a system and sequence of videos that take your customer into a journey what makes this work. And depending on your goal with that customer inside their own journey, the content, length, focus, and avenue where you will be distributing the video must be different. So you see, one video doesn't solve all needs. It's just like cars. You just don't get a race car to fit your family for a road trip. It doesn't work. Every type of car fulfills a different purpose, right? But before I bombard and annoy you with all this information, I want to get you to know me better. And what best way that to tell you my professional journey and how I got to learn the basic concepts on video marketing. Again, these are not strategies. We will talk about these with future experts, but I want you to know the basic concepts on video marketing and how I got to learn them across 22 years as a filmmaker. So here we go. The first concept is influencing your viewer through emotion and story. This is the first thing you learn as a storyteller and filmmaker. It is actually what made me want to become a filmmaker in the first place. You see, back when I was a kid growing up in Colombia, I would be obsessed watching these American films just because they were so great at working story and emotion in a level that would captivate an entire audience in a dark theater, make them laugh, make them cry, make them scream, and made 2 hours feel at the end of the day as if they were just 30 minutes. So because of this, I really wanted to learn how to create the visuals that I saw in these films happen, the emotion, and the character arcs. And I know you're probably thinking, why would I care about this? You're a filmmaker. I'm not. You're just another Steven Spielberg wannabe who likes to make expensive videos for clients that go nowhere. No. I'm telling you this because here is where I learned my first and most basic lesson to make great marketing in video. This is a thing. Emotional marketing is the absolute best way to communicate on behalf of a brand to a customer that is out there today. And you know why? Because it appeals directly to your customer's emotional state, needs, and aspirations. A perfect example of this is Kia's new EV9 commercial that appeared in the Super Bowl. Let me tell you guys, it is such a work of art. So, do this if you want to follow along. Just YouTube Kia EV9 commercial Super Bowl. It shows a story of a girl after an ice skating competition who realizes her grandfather missed her performance. Then, driving home in a Kia EV9 through the snow, her dad sees she's upset and takes a detour instead to a house by a frozen lake. Here, he sets up lights and a speaker outside of the house which powers through the EV9, and the girl skates to the beat of music. Her sick grandfather watches from a window and tearfully smiles, scoring her with a perfect 10 on the condensation of the cold glass with his finger. This is what it's all about. Just connecting the product to the audience through an emotional goal. So film schools taught me this, how to work emotion and story well. But then after I graduated, one of the first jobs I was able to do is becoming an editor for TV stations. And here I realized that it was a whole different beast because it's all about efficiency, which means being concise, expedited, and deliver all the right information in a short amount of time. And this is the second concept I wanted to bring. I still remember one of my old producers, the first time she sat with me in the editing bay. I was editing and it had been about an hour and I was still editing. She came by and said, okay, so are we done? We just need to be able to put this on tape. And I'm like, no, I still have some edits to do. And she, can you show me the timeline? Okay, sure. And I start playing. And as we were going along is, okay, what did you do before? And of course, I mentioned I come from a film background. It's like, no. Here it needs to be chop, chop, chop. Okay, take this away, take that away, take that away. And as we were watching the timeline, basically it got reducing to half of the time that I was expecting we were going to export that story. So it's all about get in, say the essential, get out. Pretty much no time for poetry. Anyway, time goes on and I keep working for many years in the broadcast industry until finally, through a friend, I get the opportunity to work in a company that made specifically corporate videos. This was the aha moment. This is the place where I actually learned that all videos created for a marketing purpose need to have a result in mind. Until now, I had learned only how to be effective in videos with technique, storytelling, and pace. Just to make a video for the purpose of making a video and looking beautiful and having visuals and having music and having emotion and having a story for the sake of it is not enough. And this is the third concept I wanted to share with you today. Your marketing through video needs to have a result-driven purpose, meaning each video has to have a specific goal, such as helping them to understand your brand better and the team behind it, or just click on an ad so that they purchase your service or product. And then you need to understand the right way to craft it depending on the avenue you will be using. Is this a video for your website or your company venue? Or is it short form vertical content for social media, podcasts, live streaming, a webinar, or even an ad for television and subscription-based streaming services like Hulu? This is the start on how to be effective. That way all your financial efforts creating them are completely worthwhile. Believe me, I know you want to go and run off for an Excedrin or pop open a beer, but stay with me. Believe me, I understand. This takes time, patience, and getting to know a system, but it's okay. There will be other episodes with more experts that will really dive into this, so don't worry, just stay around. I mean, you can still pop open that beer with us. Anyway, back to the corporate video company. We focused on branding videos, training videos, explainers, tutorials, and all those videos that live mostly on company websites, trade shows, and other events. Basically asset videos. This was still the time where there was MySpace and Napster, so I didn't learn a lot of social media, or more specifically, targeted ads. It wasn't until I moved out to Los Angeles and after I worked for several years for an entertainment magazine brand, very renowned, that I decided to create my own production company with Daniel, that one of our first big clients hired us. They are a mixed martial arts company, still active. And here's where I learned to make videos for social media to engage an audience. We made behind-the-scenes clips that weren't at all polished. They were entertaining and blunt. These allowed those customers that would pay in the venue to watch the fights to see that the fighters were normal people going through these insane circumstances with insane diets and regimens, all the while explaining why their strategy as a fighter was going to be better than the opponent's. And of course, what was the purpose of the company behind these videos? Have the customers take sides and root for these fighters all the way until the end. These videos were designed to play a longevity game. So no matter your vertical or industry, you can apply this concept too. Making clean, perfect content on social media is just a waste of time. Believe me, people on social media are not there to watch 1950s advertisements. They like it raw and true. I remember our amazing marketing director, anytime we would try to get too polished, he would go, "Pero qué es esto? ¿Vos me estás haciendo los Avengers?" Argentinian Spanish for, "What are you doing, an Avengers film?" I would laugh and take my cue. But then once the event was fastly approaching, high-intensity cinematic ads would be deployed just like with the Avengers, so that those customers who rooted for these superheroes for many months would buy a ticket. It was all a recurring sequence crafted for the customer's journey. And then, once the show arrived, the fights would have their own crew, and we would focus just before it started on creating a show prelude via livestream on Facebook, where we would bring a couple of fighters that had won in previous events their own matches to comment on what they thought was going to happen in the current venue. It was such an amazing time for us, but guess what happened? COVID. COVID changed everything. We all know that for 2 years, the world went upside down. And in a way, it still is. So the wheel of life asked us to reinvent. What do? We refocused on remote live streams. So while regular live streams connect participants located in the same place with an audience anywhere in the world, remote live streams can link separate participants anywhere in the globe with any audience. Yes, I know, you're going by now, gibberish, speak English nerd. I will explain, just give me a sec. Our first client, which allowed us to evolve in this learning curve of remote live streams, was a nonprofit organization. And their focus is to develop programs and events that aim to propel the careers of Latino creatives in the world of entertainment with connections, resources, mentorship, and valuable insight. Some of these were through industry panels. The majority of these panels involve creatives and executives in Universal, Disney, Warner, you name it, and also independent producers. But because of what was happening in the world, they were all over the state. Some were in the East Coast, others in the West Coast, some in the middle of the country. And our job was to bring all of their mobile and laptop video feeds and combine them into a program with pre-produced graphics and colorful layovers and provide them to their paying audience, their members at the organization. So, as I said, we were linking separate participants all over the place. Then we were putting them together into a nice and cohesive program. Yep, this is all powerful and dandy, but the real lesson here is that they use educational content of value to keep the audience, their customers, engaged and also establish themselves as an expert community in their field. So, how can you as a business owner relate to this? Well, if you provide in the long run educational content that helps your customers solve their problems, you will cement trust. And even better than that, loyalty. And this is the fifth concept I wanted to bring today. Educational content provides free value to your customers, and in return, you get their trust and establishes you as an expert. Moving forward, and as the months go by, remote live streams remain, but they become less frequent. And this is when Daniel and I decide to dive into the world of ad agencies and business owners that need specific solutions where the right system structure of videos can solve problems that conventional marketing can't. Client after client, we have realized the importance of strategic thinking when making a video even before it is designed or produced. And friends, this is the most important part I wanted to tell you, the last of the concepts. Working with marketing agencies has given us a better understanding that using a video in the wrong category, like using a 2-minute company culture video that is supposed to be on their website as an ad, or using it as short-form content on social media will not work, especially with ads, because these are not meant to address 100 things like the other categories of videos do. Ads are designed to achieve a single goal and address each of your company's needs at a time. There is definitely a process you need to undergo to make ads as effective as possible for your business. They need to be based on market research, be targeted to the right audience by basing it on your ideal customer's persona, provide a unique offer that solves that customer's problem, and then be designed with a creative that appeals to that ideal customer. Yeah, I know, that's a lot. But that's why many ads fail. And you don't have to fear. That's why we're here. This is why we created this podcast. So you learn the process, the tools, and the concepts necessary one by one with amazing experts. So you know how to succeed on your business using video marketing the right way. Also, I really hope my career life lessons on video marketing really help you point in the right direction. Just remember, 1, never underestimate in your message the power of emotion and story. 2, always be efficient when you tell your story. 3, know the purpose of each video you make. 4, use videos on social media to engage your audience that are not too perfect and polished. Behind the scenes content that is both truthful and entertaining is preferable. 5, making recurring educational content that provides free value to your customers will give you in return their trust and establish you as an expert to them. And finally, 6, using a video that was designed to be in one category in another will not work because video needs to be designed for the avenue you will be using to deliver it. All right, my friends, thanks so much for tuning in today. It was awesome to share my story with you. And remember, it's all about the long haul. So keep exploring, learning, and evolving. And don't forget to follow us for more tips, strategies, and conversations with video marketing experts. Whether you're a business owner or a content creator, you'll find value here. See you in the next episode.